Welcome everybody to Forgotten Coast Fishing. If you're new to the channel, my name's David and I fish inshore and offshore here in the Panhandle of Florida, putting out weekly videos showing you my tips and techniques for finding and catch fish. So if you enjoy that type of video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're a returning viewer, I'd appreciate it if you hit that as well. That goes a long way to help me to continue to create these videos. So we're on the beautiful St. Joe Bay here in the Panhandle of Florida. And it's really early in the morning. We're just getting out at sunrise. We had Hurricane Idalia come through yesterday to the east of us. We have a little bit higher than normal water, and we've got a really nice high tide early this morning. So I'm pushed back, far back into these grass flats, and we're gonna start out this morning with the topwater and see if we can't grab an early morning trout or redfish. Ooh, got him, y'all. Got him. All right. Yeah, so I'd switched to a paddle tail. So I wasn't getting much luck on the surface. Oh, now we're going around the boat. Kind of feels like a catfish. Maybe a redfish, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's a little red. Little redfish. All right. All right, nice redfish. I think he might be a keeper. All right, yeah, it was a keeper redfish. He's just shy of 21 inches, and you get to keep one, so he's going to be our keeper for the day. Just a nice, beautiful redfish here early in the morning. I'll show you what I caught it on in just a second, but let's go ahead and get him in the box. All right, so here's what I was using. This is a Salt Strong product. This is a Slam Shady Bomber. And this is an 1/8 ounce weedless hook. So I'd switched to that. I wasn't getting much luck with the topwater. And so I just switched over to this thinking maybe they're at the bottom. But man, that redfish sort of surprised me. I was expecting it to be a catfish. He wasn't, you know, pulling as hard as I was thinking. But, you know, it was nice to get that in, that's for sure. So let's get this back out there and see if we can get another one or maybe pick up a trout. Man, do I have a fish? Oh yeah, I've got a fish here. I thought I had some grass. It's like a little trout. Not sure he's going to be a keeper. Let's go ahead and get him in. Yeah, he's a little trout. Don't think he's going to quite be 15. Yeah, just a little 14-inch trout. But this Slam Shady sure doing a good job this morning, so let's get him back. Boy, that trout and that redfish both hit and fought really soft. You know, I thought that trout was just a clump of grass. Just they weren't really running and making big efforts to get away. But probably it's because it's so hot. We're still in a good bit of a heat wave. And actually, a couple weeks ago, we had some fish floating to the surface. They suspected red tide, but in further inspection and test results, basically it was just so hot for the fish, it killed them. So it's cooled down a little bit. The water temperature is down to 81, 83 degrees right now. But when all those fish were done, it was in the 90s. So when it's hot like this, you know, when you're fishing, you need to slow your retrieve, kind of lighten things up so your paddle tails sink slower. That kind of, oh, there was a bite. That kind of thing, because these fish are not going to spend a lot of energy to go chasing stuff. So you want to kind of make it as easy for them as possible. But what's different about today after this hurricane that came through yesterday is the water is real dirty. I mean, I've never seen this bay this dirty. We're in 3 feet of water and I can't even see the bottom. So I've switched to a darker lure that has a little flash to it. And that's this Alabama Leprechaun. It's just a lot darker, has those specks that'll reflect the sun. Hopefully that works a little better in this darker water. Oh, got him, y'all. All right, we got him. This feels like a little trout. Doubt he's a keeper or anything, but I don't know. Oh, did he get off? No, he's still here. He's still here. See if I can get the net and get him up. Yeah, no, he may be a keeper after all. Yep, I think he is going to be a keeper. Let's see if we can get him up without losing him here. Yeah, he's kind of a nice one. Oh, there was another one with him. Oh yeah, he's a nice one. Like I said, these fish are not, you know, pulling with their normal voracity that they normally do. You know, their normal just really strong strikes, big runs. I mean, this is a big trout. And, you know, I was even wondering if he's a keeper. Yeah, check it out, everybody. He's 18.5. That's a nice looking trout. We've been trying all kind of things, and that Alabama leprechaun is what did it. I don't know if you can tell, this trout, it's got more green and he's darker and a little more amber color to him. They'll do that when the water gets dark like this. Usually our trout out here are pretty silver, but let's go ahead and get him in the box, get our lure back out there. And we're coming up on some sandbars and sand spots, and that's usually a good attractor for fish. They kind of hang around there and grab the different bait fish that hang around these sand spots. So what I like to do, if I can, try to cast just to the edge of one of these sand spots or the edge of a sandbar. A lot of times those fish are hanging around the edges, just kind of waiting for an easy meal at the edges as bait fish kind of swim across the sand spot. Oh, here he is, y'all. Got him. Oh man. Whoa. Is that a ladyfish? Man, what have we got here? Man, it just took off. Did a acrobatic. Man, what is this? I'm assuming it's a ladyfish, but goodness gracious, he looks too fat when I saw him out of the water. It's not just a big trout, is it? If it is, I've never seen a trout jump out of the water like that. It's not really pulling like a ladyfish. It's just pulling like a big trout. I'll never know, y'all. He just got off. I'll never know. On one hand, seemed like a ladyfish because it jumped out of the water, but on the other hand, it didn't look like a ladyfish. Man, he just tore this Alabama leprechaun up. Well, let's try to get that back out there and see if we can catch him again. Man, that would have been nice to get in. Oh, we got something here. All right. Oh, right here at the boat. We got one. Oh, good trout. Good trout. Good net. All right. Nice trout. Now we switched to this power prawn. I'll show you in just a second. Just to try to change it up a little bit. I wasn't getting much on that Alabama leprechaun after a while. So I was able to use the same hook. I just changed the plastic on it. Nice trout. He measured about 17.5. We've got one in the box already. This will make 2, and one more would make our limit. But let's go ahead and get him in the box, and I'll show you what I caught him on. This is what I caught that last trout on. This is another Salt Strong product. This is a power prawn. And, you know, it uses the same hook. I was just able to change the plastic, and we picked up that nice trout. Oh, we got him again. Got him again. This feels like another good trout. So as you can see, these pelicans diving, we've got a lot of life over here. We have mullet jumping. We have these pelicans diving for the, you know, bait fish and things they can grab on the top. Obviously, we're catching fish here now. This is all of a sudden a lot of dead weight. Felt like a nice trout there for a second, but I think we've got a big catfish. Oh, a big sail cat. Nice big sail cat. Oh, let's get him in. These guys fight, you know, hard. They go straight to the bottom. Sometimes you feel like you got a redfish, but they've got that telltale head shake, that thump, thump, thump on your rod. And a lot of times you can tell that's a catfish. Wow, look at this guy. I think we're actually going to keep him. We can fry him up. They're good fried, especially you soak them in some buttermilk and make some good fried fingers out of him. All right, well, let's get him off. Oh, man. Oh, what have I got? Right here at the boat. Oh, here's our ladyfish, y'all. Here's our ladyfish. This is what I think we had earlier. That was just a really big one. They really like to jump, put on a show. If you can help it, try not to put them in the boat. They'll make a mess of your boat real quick. There we go. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. This was really the first time that I can remember anyway of fishing the day after a hurricane came through, and I was just really interested just to kind of see what the conditions might be. There's a change in pressure obviously the day before, and then it probably rises back up, so I don't know how that plays in a part. We did have a full moon last night, so that did affect, I think, the fishing a little bit, just because the fish had some light to feed at night. Last night, and it was a clear sky, so it was bright all night long. But what I did find out is the water is a lot dirtier, which, you know, would be expected because you have a lot more rain runoff from land. And we also had a high tide today, and I think the two mixed together, you know, we had a lot more water in this bay than usual, and I was able to kind of get on some of these flats that I'm normally not able to, but also they were deeper, and I think in a way that might have helped a little bit, because here in this hot summer, this is the end of August, fish like to go to the deep water to find, you know, a little bit cooler temperature. So I had more grass flats that were deeper than normal. Of course, that could have dispersed the fish a good bit because they had more habitat to be, but nonetheless, it was a good day to get that keeper redfish early in the morning. Then we wound up picking those two nice trout. That'll be our dinner tonight. And that sail cat, we'll fry that up at some point in time. Those are really good. You just soak it in buttermilk for 20-30 minutes before you fry them, and they're delicious as any fish out there. But if you enjoy this video where I show you my tips and techniques of what I do to find and catch fish, I would certainly appreciate it if you took a moment to hit that subscribe button. It takes a simple step for you, but it really means a lot for me and the ability to continue to create these videos. So until next time, I hope to see you on another episode of Forgotten Coast Fishing.